we need to talk.
Put your hands up.
It's lit. God damn. Blah.
If y'all know, it's Mr. Bad to the Bone. And I don't really do sit down videos like this, but I thought that, because life has been crazy, guys, and I haven't posted a YouTube video in a minute, and I feel like, there are kind of reasons of stuff of why I haven't been posting and stuff like that, and why I haven't been staying active on my channel. So today's gonna be a little story time, basically how June has been kind of crazy, like, not even gonna lie. First and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching this YouTube video. I rarely post, and when I do post, it's always some crazy shit. Like, y'all know my vlogs be crazy. Y'all know my school vlogs be crazy. But today is just gonna be more of like a sit-down story time, beginning for you guys to know me a little bit more, and me know my audience a little bit more, and just to give you guys like a little rundown of basically everything that's been going on with me, Another thing I want to say, disclaimer to anybody who does not like hearing about, mental health and, other serious things like that, then this is not the video for you, because we're getting into, some real things, like some actual things that, go on and shit in the world. So, but basically today's gonna be a story time about how I got locked up, y'all. I got locked up, and not proud of it, but there is, I feel like, reasons and things for everything in life, so we just have to really go with the flow. But I'm gonna really just let you guys know the rundown of everything that happened, basically. Another thing, I will not be using any names of anybody that is involved other than me in the story time. So any names that I do have to say, it will be a nickname. So if you guys are wondering why in the title, it's probably a crazy, I don't know what the title of this video is really gonna be, but yeah, basically I got locked up in the beginning of June. It is currently June 12th. I got locked up. Let me see if I could give y'all an exact date. The 9th of June. Not too long ago, y'all. Reason why this video is so late is because I'm still going through a whole bunch of stuff that I can't really get into, but I'm still going through a bunch of stuff. So talking about this is already a lot, which I don't really want to do, but but I feel like bringing things to the light sometimes helps. And also this is to basically make other people feel comfortable, to express themselves and anything that they're going through, and stuff like that. But basically, I'm gonna name the person that got me in this situation Tweety Bird, because if you know, you know. But basically, when you have, well, how do I put this? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Another thing, I'm sorry for taking so many breaks and not getting straight into the story time, but I have lashes on, guys, and they're really irritating me. So if you guys see me going for a napkin or anything at any time, to pat these things down, because bro, these are, you might not see it on camera, but I accidentally put the lash cluster on my eyelid, and I want to rip these off bad, but I'm gonna try to keep them on for the video. So June 9th, I was home, and me and Tweety Bird, basically, we don't have the best relationship. I don't want to say who Tweety Bird is to me, but let's just say we don't have the best relationship, and it's really toxic. And when you live in a toxic environment with somebody who also faces, because I know, me personally, I suffer with mental health issues. I suffer with depression, and I also have, I wouldn't say it's a mental health issue, but I do have ADHD. So dealing with somebody who also has their own mental health issues is a very difficult thing. It's very difficult, and when you don't see eye to eye all the time, it's just, it is what it is. But me and Tweety Bird, basically, we don't have the best relationship. So I basically left my house to take a break from Tweety Bird because we just were not seeing eye to eye and we needed to, you know, take a break. So basically, when I came home, me and Tweety Bird had been placed in like services to help us out, but they weren't implemented as soon as I got home. So you feel me? I really had to go home on the expectations of, you know, just doing what I have to do for me, staying leveled in the environment I was in, and trying, you know, to just make it through to the summer, basically was the plan. To just get through when I go home, get through everything I have to get through, and leave the summertime. But unfortunately, when I got home, Tweety Bird was upset still of the reason I left. And if you guys want another story time of basically why I had to leave and stuff like that, I will. But right now, it's just like this story time. So I don't really know if you guys want that. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, basically, I came home and, sorry, hold on. So basically, I came home and, you know, after you come home from like an argument with somebody, obviously the environment is going to be rocky. It's going to be, you know, little crazy. So basically, when I came home, I already expected, you know, to just have my head on a swivel about certain things to, you know, happen and, you know, try to just de-escalate it and just go away. But this day, it was just absolute craziness, like absolute craziness. Basically, it was around like nighttime, I would say, because basically Tweety Bird was in the house cooking when I got home from school, and I didn't like when I come home from school, I don't eat like immediately. I have to, not gonna lie, I gotta get right. I have to, you know, relieve from all the stress from school, because school, if you know, high school is, it's some shit. It's some shit always. So basically, I didn't, you know, when, you know, an expectation, I guess, in a household is when somebody cooks, you know, you eat when they cook. But I don't do that. I eat when I feel like eating. Nobody forces me to eat when I don't want to eat. So I basically eat when I want to eat. So when I came home, I didn't eat the food that Tweety Bird made as soon as she, you know, got done making it. So I was basically just, you know, in my room sleeping all day. And around like, I took a nap, and around like 7, I woke up and I was just like, you know what, I'm hungry. Let's go downstairs. And Tweety Bird had made like taco meat and stuff like that. So you know what, let's just go downstairs, make something to eat real fast, get something to eat, you know, chill it, you know, just basically eat, chill for the night. And that's really was the plan. So at nighttime, I got up, you know, went downstairs, get me something to eat, right? But before that, before I even took a nap and was in my room, me and Tweety Bird had gotten into a little argument or whatever. And you already know, when people feel threatened or whatever, people, like, I don't know, people decide not everybody can use their words in a way that, you know, you can, or, you know, other people can. People like to express themselves with anger, and people like to express themselves with, you know, emotions that don't always, you know, add up to what the situation is. I had an argument beforehand, and me and Tweety Bird basically was just, you know, we weren't seeing eye to eye. And I'm not a person that feels threatened by anybody. So I'm still going to do what I have to do after an argument, go about walking around. I don't care. So basically, I noticed that, you know, during the argument, I was walking up the stairs and Tweety Bird had something in her hand. And, you know, when you know, when somebody's standing there and they're like they're waiting to get you, like they want to get you. But it's like, I'm not, like, I'm not scared of nothing. So it's like, I'm always prepared for the worst. But it's like, regardless of the fact, me personally, the only person that can do any damage to me is God. So I'm not fearing nothing. So when I'm walking up the stairs, I see Tweety Bird going like there's something in her hand. And it looks like, you know, I knew it was like a sock or something. Like, it looked like something was in her, you know, heavy in her hand, the way she was holding it. But, you know me, well, if you don't know me, but like, you know, I'm more of like I'm gonna wait till something happens to actually, react. So I wasn't really worried about nothing. I'm still, just going about my day. So later that night when I was making food, I had seen what I seen on the kitchen table, what basically was, in her hand, in Tweety Bird's hand. And, I seen on the table, and, me curious of everything, I basically go and I check it. Like, I feel it or whatever. Like, I'm just like, I'm checking it because I'm like, okay, like, this is what was in her hand. Like, and when I felt it, it was hard. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm thinking it's rocks or something. Like, somebody, when you get into a heated argument, people obviously, somebody's reaction is not always your reaction, like I said. So, there can be on some wanting to get you, wanting to get back because, the argument didn't go, they want to go or whatever. So I was basically, I felt the little thingy, and it was a sock. It was a sock, guys. It was a sock with what I thought was rocks in it. So I picked up the sock, and I have a base. I'm gonna include like all the pictures and the videos I took that day because just prove that I don't really have nothing to lie about, and I feel like the situation wasn't that serious to a point where things had to get escalated to that point of anybody using weapons against me. If you know me, I'm only 5 foot. Like, I'm 5 foot, probably 5'1" on a good day. I'm short. I'm a short king. So I don't really, I would never expect anybody to use weapons against me in a, argument or after, like, even in a fight. Like, me personally, when I fight, it's always fist. It's always hands up. So I don't really, so when I felt the thing and I was like, it was rocks. And I know the person who Tweety Bird is, I was like, you know what? It's expected, it's expected to, it was just expected. So I'm not gonna lie, I felt it, but it was like, when I was feeling around it, it was just like, it was harder and it didn't feel like multiple rocks. Like, it felt like something, it just felt hard. So I'm not gonna lie, me being curious and me being minded, I took the sock and I put it on the counter, and I took a video of it because it was just like, it was evidence of, because we already had, me and Tweety Bird already had things going on. So it's like, just on the safe side, whatever is inside, let me just take a video and show the people that is, involved in our situation what's going on, just in case anything, was to happen to me, because this was just sitting on a table, guys. Like, I don't, like, so basically when I took the sock and I put it on the counter, I got scissors and I cut it open because I was like, you know what, it was tied, and it was an old, like, it was like I could tell it was like a old-fashioned, like a very old-fashioned type of like thing to see. So I was like, when I seen it tied up and I also seen like a rubber band around it, I was like, okay, let me see what's actually in it, because it didn't, like I said, it felt too hard to just be like multiple rocks. Like, it felt like bricks. Like, I don't know, like, it felt like something like harder than, just rocks. So I cut it open, and to my surprise, it was 2 stones in the sock. So you had a sock. That is nah, no. Bitch. You had a rock and a sock, and you was gonna use this on me? That's something that I would've did, so you know what? Damn, and you had it tied up too. And I was just like, at first, I was very gagged. I was very just like, damn, like, this Tweety Bird had intentions of trying to take me out. Like, I was really like, And when it comes down to like safety stuff like that, like I don't play about like me being hurt or me being like anything being used against me as like a weapon. So like I don't really play like that. So in my mind, when I made the video, it was just like I was very shocked. And you guys can see like when I put the video like in the when I put the clip in the video, you guys are gonna see like my raw reaction to how it really was. Like I tell you no lie, I was shocked. Like I was gagged. Like it was really much like a damn. So in a moment, I'm just like, I didn't really like know what to do. So it's like I kind of felt scared because I'm like, I don't know. Like I know who Tweety Bird is. She's a very unexpected person. You never know what her next move is. So me personally, I couldn't sleep knowing that stones were going to be used as a weapon against me, even though it wasn't. Even though it in my mind, it was like the intention of somebody using weapons as it was two stones in the sock, y'all. So me personally, in my mind, it's like two stones in a sock that could have been used against me, and potentially like I don't care what nobody says, if you get hit with two stones the wrong way, or you get hit with any type of weapon the wrong way, you can lose your life or something bad can happen to you. And I don't play about that stuff. And so it's like I was very scared. So it's like the first thing I can really do is just like, I don't want to get nobody in the family involved or anybody that I know personally involved into the situation. So it's like, I personally thought the only thing to do was to call the authorities. Like, that's the only thing I could do is just call the authorities, because it's like, at the end of the day, weapons are not something I feel like anybody should have to be put against. I don't like weapons at all. I don't even like fighting or violence at all. So when I have to get like that, it takes a lot. So when I was in that, like, mind process, it was just like everything was just going like in circles. Like I didn't really know like how to feel or anything. So like I said, I called the authorities, and you know, I told them basically that, you know, there's a weapon in the house that was, you know, getting ready to be used against me, and I needed somebody to come and, you know, basically not even, it wasn't to really like take anybody away. I just wanted to, you know, just for Tweety Bird to know that I don't play about my safety, and that that's not something that you should have done. So I really just wanted the authorities to come and, you know, in the house to just get a boundary of where we stood at just for that night. Like I just didn't want to have to worry about anything happening to me that night, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, authorities, and they were on the way, and while I have, you know, the sock or whatever, because I took pictures and I kept it so that I can show the people that is also, you know, working with me and Tweety Bird in this whole situation that we have going on that I cannot speak about. Basically, mind you, all this is while I'm making food, while I'm cooking. Like, while I'm cooking, I seen all, like, this is all happening. So after I'm done cooking, stuff like that, I basically take the sock and I'm getting ready to go to my, you know, room, and my room getting ready to call. But, you know, as I'm walking up the stairs, I see Tweety Bird, and Tweety Bird comes down, and she's basically yelling and screaming, hooting and hollering about me downstairs making some food. And I'm just like, baby girl, that's the last thing that should be on your mind. You should be worried about stones and socks that you try to use against me, and you didn't keep that. You didn't have that in a good hiding spot, babe, because I found it. Like, you didn't have like in a very good hiding spot. So basically, she comes downstairs and she's yelling. I'm just like, respectfully, like, you're worried about the wrong things, mama. I was like, what's this? And she basically is like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not what that is. Da da da. I'm just like, well, if it's not what it is, then can you explain what this is? And you know, we're basically just having an argument on the stairs, and she basically goes and she like, cause I made 3 tacos. I'm gonna show y'all. Well, I don't even know if I was able to take I did. I think I took a picture. I made 3 tacos, and I'm gonna show you the tacos that I made. And I'm still mad. Like, I'm still heated and livid. But I had 3 tacos. I had a plate in one hand, and then the sock, like, basically, like, like under the plate, but like, you know, like holding it still. So like, basically, she's seen, as I said, like, you're worried about the wrong things. You need to worry about this, you just need to get away from me, basically. And she goes like, you know, she know what that is, you know what they're talking about. But as she's saying that, she reaches and she tries to snatch the sock. As she does that, y'all, why my tacos my whole plate of tacos. She knocks them onto the ground. Y'all, I don't play about food. And if y'all know me, I am big. I might be little, but I am big. And food is not something I take lightly and I don't play about. So when my food got knocked out of my hands, I was already planning on calling the authorities, but because you did that, now I'm calling them. Because now, now I'm hungry. I have to go to sleep, and it's already late at night, so I'm not going to go back downstairs and make no more food. I'm going to have to go to sleep hungry. Like, yeah, like, she knocked my tacos out of my hand. So at that point, I'm just like, okay, bro. And then she snatches the sock out of my hand. So I'm already knowing, like, that was the game plan the whole time, is, that was at that point when I knew that she was getting, like, she knocked my tacos out, but I already knew what she was going for at the end of the day. She was going to get the sock and try to take it and hide it or whatever. So it's like, after my tacos got knocked out of my hand, I'm just really just standing there in, like, shock, because at the end of the day, I'm still going through so many, like, thoughts in my head about everything that's going on. So I'm just standing there. I'm just like, okay. So basically, I took a picture of her walking up the stairs with a sock, and she had an extension cord in her hand. So I'm just like, you're really trying to, like, I don't know. But it was crazy. So I took a picture while she's walking up the stairs, and I'm just like, okay. So I go to my room, I call the police, and, they said they're going to come or whatever. Now, as I'm on the police, people are scared of the police. Me personally, I'm not. I just don't like them at all. And me having to call them in the first place was really just like, it's not something I wanted to do, because I feel like, regardless, I feel like police don't really look into the situation how they need to. And they immediately take the older person's side of anything. And Tweety Bird is, an older person. So it's like, I in my mind, I thought that everything was going to go the way it was supposed to, but long story short, the cops came, and when they came, there was two white officers. I'm saying white officers because these two officers, if y'all see this video, I hope y'all know how fucked up y'all are. And I hope y'all know that y'all have to go to sleep knowing that y'all are fucked up people. And y'all are not, whatever officers we have in the city, absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. If I can't say it to myself, absolute bullshit. They came, I talked to them about the situation, and they basically go to Tweety Bird and ask them basically her side, what's going on. I'm downstairs because they told me, wherever I go, Tweety Bird is following me. So it's like, they're just telling me to get away from her. So I'm going downstairs. She's coming downstairs, turning off the lights and stuff. Like, she don't want me to wait for the police. I'm just like, okay, I'm still gonna wait. So while she's turning off the light, I'm flicking it. I'm gonna show you the clip. Like, she's turning off the light, and I'm just flicking it back on, because it's like, you're not about to make me sit and wait in the dark for no police to come talk to me. Like, no. So when the police come, I talk to them, they talk to Tweety Bird, and I hear Tweety Bird telling them a whole bunch of hoobla. Basically, oh, I don't know what he's talking about, da-da-da, just trying to, downplay her part and what actually happened. She's basically making it seem like I just woke up in the middle of the night and just started making a whole breakfast meal. Mind you, the food that I started cooking with is the food that she already had made and had it out. I just took it back out and made tacos. Like, it was taco meat, so I just took it back out and made tacos. I made three. Made three of them hoes, and then it was on the floor. Anyways, while I hear her saying all the stuff to the officer, I basically go to the officer and I showed them the picture of her with because she said she don't know what I'm talking about with the stones and the sock. So basically, I showed the officer the picture of the stones and the sock and her with the extension cord in her hand. I'm going to also, I'm not going to put because I don't want to put her in the video, but I'm going to show the picture of, what was in her hands and stuff, like right here, like in the video. But basically, as she's saying that, I walk up the stairs and I tap the officer and I basically show him the picture of like what I was saying, because I don't have reason to lie and call the police for middle of the night. I don't even like the police officers. Why would I have to lie and call them? So I showed them and he's like, okay, I got it. I got it. So I'm thinking, you know, okay, like hopefully something's going to happen. Like hopefully y'all can explain that that's not something that y'all can do, or I mean that she can do, and that's not something that should be. Mind you, I'm 16 years old. Like I shouldn't have to worry about my life being put in jeopardy against an older person who is supposed to be somebody that, you know, take care of me and is supposed to provide what you know, somebody who is older should be doing for me, you know. Like at the end of the day, that was the rundown of basically why, you know, well, not the rundown, but you know. So basically, he goes, he says, you know, he understands. I saw him the picture. He actually takes my phone. He's zooming in and all types of stuff. And he examining the whole phone. He examining the shit. Like he zooming in, got the phone. He had my phone for a good minute looking at it. He gives me back. He's like, okay, I got it. So I go back downstairs, and after a while, they're still talking upstairs or whatever. And they come back down and they're like, oh, like there's nothing we can really do. The weapon wasn't, you know, it wasn't used. It was just like a little threat or whatever. She says she doesn't have it. So basically just, you know, they told me to just go to my room, chill for the night. I had school the next morning. So I was already planning on going to sleep after my taco got knocked on my hand because I was already irritated. So they was like, you know, to go to your room, stay separate. It'll be chill. So I go to my room after they left. I was already expecting them not to do anything because, like I said, the city police officers are ass. Like they are, I can't explain it much. They are ass. Like they don't do what they need to be doing for one, the community, and also the people that call them and actually need help. I feel like regardless of me being a teenager, I feel like if a teenager is in distress against an adult, something should happen. Like especially when it's like stones and extension cords and stuff like weapons, something should have happened, but nothing happened. So I was already going to my room and everything. So I go to my room and I'm basically, you know, turning on my TV. I'm about to watch Baddies or something. Like I really can't remember like too much of like what I was in my room doing. All I know is I was going to my room getting ready to go to sleep. After a while, like 5 minutes, not even like 2 minutes go by, and I'm in my room and my door just gets busted open, and it's the two officers, and they're like, oh, what happened? I thought you were gonna be okay. I thought you were gonna be good. What's going on? Like, why did Tweety Bird come outside? She came outside running, saying that I called her a whole bunch of names, and I started, you know, just going crazy. And I'm in my room just like, what? Like, I'm like, officer, what are you talking about? And then as he's talking to me, I'm just like, hold on. And so as he's talking to me, I'm basically just like, what are you like saying? Like, I don't, like, I was just like, I called you guys for one reason, and you guys said that you can't help me. There's nothing you guys can do. So why are you back here saying what another person ran out to you saying? Mind you, it's not true anyways. And if it's not an initial call, why are you busting in my room? Mind you, it's like 11, 12, not even like at this time it's probably like 12 o'clock, because I called around like 11, almost 12. So at this time it's like 12 something. Like, honestly, I'm gonna try to put like the timestamps of everything in the video, but it's around 12 o'clock. I'm like, what are you saying? Like, I didn't do that. That's not what happened. And they're basically in my room just looking at me like I'm insane. I'm just like, bro, what? And then they're like, oh. But one thing I did say, when they left, I went upstairs and I basically let Tweety Bird know that I was not cleaning up them tacos. Like, you knocked I guess that was the whole reason why she had ran back out and talked to the police and got the police officer to come back inside. Because it's like, I wasn't cleaning that mess up. I didn't do that. So I wasn't about to clean up a food that I spent like, when I tell y'all, I woke up around 7, went downstairs around 10, made tacos, got finished around 11. I spent an hour making those tacos. I'm not cleaning up tacos that I spent an hour making and they got knocked out of my hand. I was not doing that, no. And it might sound like crazy or funny, but I don't, like I said, I do not play about food. So when my food gets messed up, we're all going to be messed up. And you can find a way to clean up them tacos that you knocked out of my hand. I'm basically just talking to them like, they're like, oh, you need to go clean up the tacos. I said no. I said I was not doing that. Like, that's not... Why are you in here trying to make me clean up tacos when I called you for a weapon used against me and you guys couldn't do anything but want me to pick up tacos? No, that's not happening. So basically, they're like, oh, well, they're basically, we're in my room, like, me and the officer are going back and forth for like a good, like, 5 minutes. Basically, they're trying to say I need to go pick up the tacos, stuff like that. I'm not doing that, basically. And they leave. After I said I wasn't doing it, they leave. One of the officers was like, "Oh, you spent an hour making tacos." I said I said I spent an hour making 3, not just 1, 3. So yes, I'm not picking that up. So they leave. They leave and they leave my room at least. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking everything's fine. I'm in my bed now. Like, I'm trying to, whatever just happened, I have school in the morning. I'm not trying to worry about that. So basically, they come back and they're like, mind you, 2 minutes, not even a minute goes by, y'all, and my door gets busted open again. Now I'm irritated because now I feel like y'all are trying to pick with me and I feel like I'm being like antagonized at this point to go do something that they come back and they're like, oh, you need to go pick up the tacos. No, I just said no. Like, I said I was not doing that. And then it got to the point where they're like, oh, if you don't pick up the tacos, we're going to arrest you for breach of peace. What? I was so gagged. Like, I was so like, it would, like, nothing was making sense to me. Like, it was just like, how did I go from calling you guys because I felt threatened and I felt like my life was being put in jeopardy and I didn't feel safe, to now I'm being told I'm going to be arrested for not picking up food? Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I didn't believe that they were really going to go that far with taking me to jail because not picking up food. So as they're still talking to me about this situation, about this taco crap, I'm still like, no, like, my answer is not changing. Like, I'm not picking up tacos. I did not drop. They didn't like that. They was like, are you gonna go pick up the tacos, yes or no? I looked at that officer and I told him I didn't drop the tacos. And they took me. They took me. And as their take, like, they just immediately was like, okay. And they just got up on, I was just like, are y'all real? Like, they're like, oh, nah, we're not effing around. We're not da-da-da. I'm like, y'all are really arresting a 16-year-old because he did not want to pick up tacos, but you're allowing Tweety Bird and another adult who had weapons to walk freely. So I'm basically just, at this point, I'm just like, well, honestly, there's no going back now. Like, I already said I wasn't doing it and y'all are taking me. So it's like, it is what it is at this point. So as they're taking me, I'm just like, I'm really like in disbelief, honestly. Like, I'm really just like I'm shocked. Like, I really can't believe that it went from me calling to get help to now I'm the one that needs help at this point. So basically, they take me, and mind you, I'm sitting in the car, and it's like they're like the officers are also, they put me in the car, and the officers are talking, and I can see that they don't like, they're, first of all, they're young white officers. They don't even look, they've been working with the officer crew for the force for about a good year. They look like they just got on the job. They look like they just got hired. They're talking like this is a fun, jolly thing. Like, I'm really in the back like, this is really crazy. Like, what the actual... And if y'all know me, like, I've never been arrested before. I've never been like, I have dealt with police in the past, but like it's never gotten to the extent of me being arrested or anything like that. So it's like I was like, I didn't. At this point, I'm crashing out because it's like I'm mad as hell now. Like after they're talking, whatever, the officer basically comes in the car. He calls saying that, you know, remove whatever he says. I don't really remember what he said. He basically just let the station know that I'm basically being taken. Like I'm basically they're taking me, and I'm just like I really can't believe that I'm actually going. Like I'm in cuffs. Like I'm in cuffs in the back of a police car, and it's like. For what? Like I don't like I'm still not like there's like they said breach of peace, but it's like what was the peace that was breached? And when I asked them in the house, they're like, oh, you're making it an environment where Tweety Bird can't like Tweety Bird doesn't feel like safe or whatever. And I was like, what? How? My whole thing is this: if the initial caller is the one that feel threatened, how can you respond to a call out? Like, I never knew anybody could just go out to the police officers and be like, hey, come inside. That, like, what? Like, I've never in my life, like, seen that before. So it's like, after that, I'm in the car just, going. Like, when we get to the station, basically they pulled up in like little like garage, like the station, like the police station garage in the back, like type shit to just get me in. But they put me in like I guess they were waiting for like a holding cell for me. So in the car, like I have bad anxiety. Like my anxiety is bad. So I'm having a panic attack in the car. Like I'm basically like I'm banging on the door. Like I need to get out. I need to breathe. Like I can't breathe. I'm crying. My anxiety's high. Like I only start crying when I'm mad. Like I'm mad. My anxiety high. I can't think straight. So I'm crying. I'm like, bro, I need to get out. I need to breathe. Like I can't breathe at all. Like and I have asthma too. Like I could not breathe. I needed air. And it's like I'm having a panic attack and they're just looking at me. Like they're dead just looking at me. And then I'm just like, bro, like what are we doing? Like at this point, we've been waiting at the station for like a good like 15-20 minutes. I'm like, I don't like I said, I've never been arrested before, so I don't know what's going on. Like I asked the officer, I'm like what are we doing? Like I've been here for like y'all are just like y'all are laughing, having a good jolly time while I'm in the back of the car having a panic attack. And as before I even got out, when I'm banging on the door, they're like, oh, what? What do you mean what? I can't breathe. Like what do you mean what? Like what do you like hello? Like what's going on? Like they're giving me attitude. So I'm like, I don't care who you are. Don't give me no attitude when I don't even know what I'm here for. So I'm giving that but at this point, me and the officer, we're going back and forth at this point. I'm talking hella shit. I'm talking hella shit to officers. Maybe that's why. Nah. I'm talking hella shit. Like, I'm like, bro, like, y'all are dead ass. Like, y'all are goofies. Like, y'all took me for no reason. And then I'm being put in a holding cell for the night. And I can't even go to school in the morning. Like, what is going on? So, I'm talking hella shit to the officers. And after a while, other officers come. They open up the doors over to bring me into the holding cell or whatever. And as I'm going in, I'm still talking hella shit. Then one of the white officers that took me, they're like, oh, face the wall, face the wall. I'm not hearing nothing that they're saying. I'm still in the officer's face talking hella shit. He in my face, all like, oh, how are you talking shit? How are you, da-da-da? You're just in the back of my car crying. First of all, sir, tears are from me. Tears and me and stuff like that was not because I was sad or I'm not, no, it's because one, I'm mad. Like, I'm mad as hell. Like, I'm mad as hell. Like, I don't, like, I was furious beyond words. Like, when I'm telling y'all I was crashing on everything, like, like, beyond words, like, and disclaimer, when I say crashing out, I'm not meaning, like, I'm going, like, full-on crazy to the officer and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, like, I know that the officers have some type of authority. Like, if anything, these niggas could dead, like, beat the shit. Like, they could dead, like, do a whole bunch of shit to me. But it's like, at the end of the day, I was mad. So, me, like, basically crashing out was me basically just letting them know, like, at the end of the day, like, y'all look dumb as fuck taking somebody one, not even off an initial call, and then two, with no reasoning. Like, that shit just didn't make any sense to me. But I just have to break that down so y'all didn't think I was some crazy ass the fuck off on police officers. And then I'm just like, as he's saying, oh, like, basically turn around, whatever, till I guess that to like pat me down, whatever. I'm not hearing nothing he's saying. So he basically was like, oh, you're not gonna turn around. This man, this man grabs me and throws me up against the wall. Like he was not playing with me. He turns me, throws me up against the wall, and he's basically like, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, like, oh, basically like I'm just like I think I said something like, oh, like you still like, I don't know, I was still talking hella shit. Like I was talking hella shit. So basically after a while, another like a lady officer, she comes, she's talking, like she passed me down over, she's talking to me. I'm like, bro, like can you ask these officers like why they arrested me? Like can you ask them? And she was an officer and she's like, oh, you know, like why did you guys like take him? And they're like, oh, breach of peace. And I was just like, what? And I said, what was the breach of peace? Because I like, what was I doing that caused a breach of peace when I'm in my room trying to go to sleep after y'all said that y'all can't do nothing for me? Like, why am I being the one that's taken? Like, I still don't understand nothing. I'm still asking questions. Like, and he's not, the one of the, it's two, like I said, there's two officers that took me. The officer that slammed me against the wall, he's a bigger white man. He basically left. I was talking like shit to him. He basically left. The other fucking scrawny, skinny, goddamn, looking like he's my age, he gonna talk about some, he couldn't even explain why he took me. That's the thing. He couldn't even explain to the other officer why he took me. I looked at the officer and I was like, do you know that they took me because I didn't want to pick up tacos? She looks at him and she just looks at me. She just goes like, you can tell that, like, you can tell when people don't want to do something, but because it's already in the, like, they're officers. So it's like, because I'm already here, they just have to follow through with it. And it's like, it was crazy. And it's like, the officer basically couldn't explain to the officer why he took me. All he can say was breach of peace. So after a while, I'm getting pat down and me still talking hella shit. They put me in the holding cell. They uncuffed me, put me in the holding cell. And I'm really just like, they mind you, the holding cell was cold as hell. Like, cold as hell. I'm like, mind you, when they took me, I was in a bonnet. I had like little short, like I had like sleeping, like my like sleeping, like not even like sleeping shorts. Like I had on like they were like, I don't even know, but like they were nothing to be going to like jail in. Like I was not prepared for, like, obviously, but like I was not like, I had a tank top. No, I didn't even have a shirt on, y'all. Like, genuinely, I didn't even have a shirt on. I lied. I didn't have a shirt on. I just had shorts and a bonnet on, and I had slippers. Like, hello, like I'm just like, I'm talking this shit. I'm like, oh, and I hope y'all know, mind you, as I'm like, I said, and I hope y'all know I'm gonna be talking shit the whole night. As I said that, the officer slammed the door, like slammed the fucking holding cell like room door, and I'm like, bro, stuck in this bitch all night. So basically all night I was there, and it was just like a very much like crazy like experience. Like, I don't wish anybody to be wrongfully arrested. I hope that it never happens again to me, and trust me, I don't like the police, so me calling them now is going to make me more 10 times scared to call them. So they won't be hearing no more calls from me. Unless my life is like generally in jeopardy, they won't be hearing no calls from me, because now my anxiety is already bad and I have more stuff that I have to go through. And it was just a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happened. The whole night I was in the holding cell. Basically I got out around like the morning time, like around like 7, 8, and then I had to go to court the morning, so I couldn't even go to school. I went straight to court that morning, and then after court, Tweety Bird came. She had to pick me up, and I'm still just like, I'm still livid. Like, I'm like, nothing is sitting right with me. Like, I'm still mad as hell. Like, Like, I'm still mad now because I went through another thing, and I have another story time coming out about the last thing I just went through. So if you guys want to hear about that, let me know. But basically, I'm just really just mad. So when Tweety Bird came pick me up, I'm still like, you just got me locked up all night. Like, there's nothing that you have to discuss, to talk about. At the end of the day, if you have to bring me to, she had to bring me to the court. That's all you have to do. Don't say anything to me. We're not like, this is like, no, like, we're not cool at all. When picking me up, she's like, oh, make sure, she's just saying something like, basically, I'm trying to like open up the car door. She get like, she opens up her door first. So like, open up her door first, and as I'm like, hello, you're not gonna open, like, you're not gonna unlock the door so I get in? Like, mind you, I'm sitting, I went to the back. I wasn't sitting in the passenger seat. I sat in the back. So it's like, you're not gonna open the door. So now I'm mad at her. I'm crashing on her. She goes back into the station because I'm crashing out on her for not opening up the door. Because it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, at this point, you're trying to do little things to antagonize me and to just pick and just still keep going. Like, what are we still going? Another disclaimer, I have to stop using the word crashing out because it really wasn't even like a crash out. It was more just like a, bro, like, can you open, like, literally all I said was, can you open up the effing door, like, to the car? And as soon as I said that, she looked at me, went back inside the police station, and I was just like, bro, like, why? Like, what are you telling for? Like, what the, like, how old are we? For, like, what is the actual issue? Like, I don't understand. Like, so she goes back into the police station, and she's telling the front office or something, and I go into, like, I'm like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? She goes and she's like, oh, well, I don't know, because she was in there for a good like 5 minutes. I wasn't gonna go in there. I was gonna let her come, but she's saying something, and it's like, I'm not about to be arrested again. Like, I don't care. Like, that's not where I'm not going. So I go in there, and then the officer, he's immediately just goes off on me. He's just like, oh, what are you doing? Da 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 da. This is, this is so and so. You can't do this, like that. I'm like, bro, I was in a holding cell wrongfully at that all night. If you think I'm trying to listen to you tell me about how I should be acting or how I should feel right now, save it, because it's for the next person. It's going through one ear and out the other at this point. So basically, he was like, oh, like, basically just on Tweety Bird's side, not even knowing what actually happened outside before she even came into the, thing. If she could have just opened up the car door and we would have just went to the, everything would have been smooth and fine. But unfortunately, she wanted to argue and then go to get police officers to try to get me again. It's just like, bro, like, at this point, hold on. Explain to me stuff, but I'm not hearing it. Like, it's just like, bro, like, I'm already going through the emotions of one, being in a holding cell all night without any clothes. Like, I'm freezing. Like, it's like, it's too much emotions going on for me to understand what he's trying to say. I'm just like, bro, I want to leave. I want to go to this court so I can go to sleep. I didn't sleep all, like, that whole night in the holding cell. I couldn't go to sleep. I was up all night. Like, I didn't go to sleep at all. Kept up person. Like, I don't like feeling dirty or nothing. In that holding cell, I don't know if I don't know if anybody is watching this ever been arrested, but if y'all know, like, it's not a very, like, it's dirty. Like, it was so, like, me not having no clothes on just made everything so, like, I don't like feeling dirty at all. So it's like, I wanted to go home and just take a shower and just get the whole, like, get everything done with. And it's like, this being prolonged more and more and more was getting more irritated. So it's like, the officer knew I wasn't trying to hear nothing he was saying. He basically just told us to go or whatever, there's nothing he could do. And he's like, oh, attitude, da da da. Personally, I'm not a mean person. Like, I'm a very nice, and I'm a very, like, if you know me, I'm very nice. Like, I care for people, and I'm a very sensitive person. Like, I really am. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm sensitive as fuck. And when shit like that happens, I feel like nobody's on my side. I feel like the only thing to, like, do is defense mode. Like, that's just how it is with me. Like, he already knew I was trying to hear nothing he was saying. Basically told me and Tweety Bird, just go to the court. everything. So basically, we go to the court. And when we got to the court, we were there for a good minute waiting for to be seen or whatever. And I got me a probation officer. So yeah, I'm like kind of, well, can I say that? Me, you know, a little PO. So yeah, y'all, that's basically the story time about how I got locked up. If you guys enjoyed it, I didn't, but if you guys enjoyed the story time, there are more parts if you want to hear more parts, but basically, this was basically to let everybody know, like, regardless of the fact of what you're going through, you know, things are going to get better. And, you know, even though the situation was very, you know, a very dark time, and I'm still going through a whole bunch of stuff now, I just want to say, like, if you are going through something, it is okay to talk about it, and it is okay to express how you feel, and it is okay to feel emotions. Like, don't ever let anybody try to downplay the situation that you are going through. Even if it's small, big enough, if you feel as if like you're being done wrong, or if you need help, get it, no matter what the situation is. You know, I tried to do that and tried to get the right help, and it didn't go my way. I will always still, one, put my faith in God, because I feel like the only person that can ever tell me when I am wrong or when I am right, or, you know, when I need to, is God. So honestly, the whole night I was basically just, you know, praying and stuff like that, like just keeping myself, like, because at the end of the day, when you suffer from depression and you also have other things going on in your life, stuff like that and stuff like this does take a toll on your mental health. And right now, I can say that my mental health isn't too par where I need to be, and I have to get back into therapy because, unfortunately, Tweety Bird, like, it's the whole big thing. I have more story times, though. If you guys want to hear it, let me know. But this is basically that story time. If you guys enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. And always remember to stay positive. Love yourself, guys. At this point, the world is crazy. Just love yourself. Stay safe. Stay regulated. Stay with God. Pray all the time, no matter what happens. And remember that you are a baddie. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And move how you want to move. And don't let nobody tell you shit. Or my mom. I love you guys. And it's Mr. Badsy Bone. And I'm out.